by for further details. We return you now to your regularly scheduled program.
Hello to those of you who are feeling called to this reading in particular. Welcome to your mystery reading, mystery number 584. I'm going to start off with drawing out one card from the Prismavisions Tarot and finishing off with a card from these box of cards that I made myself, if you didn't already know. If you'd like to be a part of the community that I'm trying to create, subscribe and hit that notification bell. And before I get into this reading, remember that this is a general reading, so if you're struggling to find meaning in a message, that's okay. Just let it go because it might just be meant for someone else. And if it truly was meant for you, the universe and your spirit guides make that obvious to you, either sometime during this reading or sometime during your journey. So I first want to start with interpreting the number 584. 5 is about change and transformations. 8 is about letting go. 5 and 8 could be significant for someone in particular, or the number 58. And the number 4 is about stability. It feels like there's something here about letting go of things that don't serve you mentally, emotionally, spiritually, physically, so that way you can have stability. I feel like the universe and your spirit guides want you to focus on building your foundation, and naturally you will understand, you'll just naturally have more direction in life and more clarity. And don't forget that you deserve these things. You deserve direction and clarity and a sense of purpose in life. Let's go ahead and get this card now. Yep, I just saw 222. When I thought of 4 with stability, I also thought of the number 2. And then I just got a vision of this 2 on the bottom of the card here, or the card box. That might be a familiar number 2 for someone. Maybe you have 2 options or 2 pathways. I feel like you're definitely being called to make a very important decision. It could be a commitment to yourself or just an important decision in general. It's a decision that's going to affect your future long term. So for the tarot card, I have the Empress with the heart and sacral chakras. This card also has the number 3 on it. The first thing I feel when I see the number 3 is the word grow. This feminine energy it feels also very grounded. Perhaps learning some grounding techniques or coping mechanisms or something like that could be really, really helpful for you, especially if you're trying to break away from an attachment or many attachments. One of the easiest ways to break bad habits is to replace them with good habits. So if you feel heavy emotions that you're struggling to manage, I feel like you're being called to do something that's healthier, that isn't self-destructive. I'm definitely feeling the devil type of energy come through, but I just heard song lyrics from the song Shadow by Livingston. If you're interested, Livingston. That's the name of the artist. But I heard it's not the devil that you're facing, it's your shadow on the floor. And now I'm getting like scared of your own shadow type of energy, but it's more about it's talking about your shadow in a more spiritual sense, the darker side of you. We all have a dark side and we all have a light side. We all have strengths and we all have weaknesses. Maybe there's some sort of divided perspective here that needs to be healed, and if you don't know what I'm talking about, you'll definitely find out, of course, if that resonates for you. Especially with the heart chakra, your focus definitely needs to be inward, healing, processing your thoughts, understanding your emotions, and understanding how these things are impacting your decision or how you express yourself. Yeah, you need a healthier way of expressing yourself. You could feel like smothered by your own thoughts. There's a lot of different ways. There's writing, there's reaching out to someone, or doing something in general, maybe meditation, to help you sort through your thoughts. Look inward for your answers. I definitely feel you're being called to have a much deeper understanding of yourself that will ultimately give you a much deeper understanding of the world. You know, physical or spiritual. There's definitely a little bit of magic in this Empress type of energy. I don't know, it's just the way the card looks. There's stars here around her head. Stars could be significant for you in general. Maybe you feel like you are coming out of, or trying to come out of, a very difficult situation that's heavy. I'm getting like 10 of Wands type of energies. Something or many things definitely need to be let go. There's also something here about focusing on your needs, learning how to properly take care of yourself, especially if you resonate with the idea of not getting a fair chance in childhood. Give yourself the space and the time that you deserve while you have it, you know? Because you deserve to know who you are and where you feel like you are meant to be. And it's possible to understand that. Your answers are just going to come from within. Because ultimately you do know others better than you. Or others do know you better. I'm getting confused in my words. You know yourself, ultimately, better than anyone else. But it's also okay to not be perfect, or to be wrong, or I just feel like there's really no right or wrong way to move through life unless, you know, you're hurting yourself or you're hurting someone else. You know? But ultimately, you know the path forward that's going to bring you the most joy, because you know what brings you joy. I just feel this energy, as well as being open to holding yourself accountable when you need to. It does take personal accountability to find stability. I've experience with that. But yeah, let's go ahead and get the last card. This card is actually, I feel like it's pretty perfect to come through. It says, I choose to recognize the good because I understand that it's not all in vain. I am where I am meant to be. Writing could feel significant to you. Maybe that's a way that you feel drawn to express yourself and to process your thoughts and your emotions in a way that is healthy. Because they matter. Don't matter your gender, your past, nothing. this idea of having a balanced perspective on the world and yourself keeps coming through, like yin and yang type of energy. I feel like there's too much focus here on the details, the little things, and too much focus on the bad, the negative, the challenging, the scary, the darkness. And now I'm feeling something here about your shadow. Your shadow resides in the darkness. That's actually interesting. Yeah, I feel like the reason why there's so much darkness is because you're being called to explore it. Like, I'm really getting the moon type of energy combined with the hermit, which is all, you know, I feel like that's about lighting the way forward for yourself. And I just saw 111. You're being encouraged to trust yourself, to learn to trust yourself, to believe in yourself, and to learn to trust the universe and believe in the universe. I feel like believing in the universe is a big thing. But know that things happen as they do for a reason. And if you're willing to put in the time and the effort, you can find that out. You just have to be open and willing to look to yourself for some answers that you really, really need and that you have always needed. This is some very, very interesting energy coming through. You might feel called to look up these chakras, the heart chakra and the sacral chakra. I'm not super duper familiar because I just haven't had time to study that sort of stuff, but they're there just in case you are familiar and you would like to maybe look those up if you heard of it but you don't really know what it means. This is really about focusing on, I want to say your inner feminine, but it's not about gender, it's about energy. And I just saw 1222. Just be yourself. I also feel something here about overcoming societal expectations. Is there anything else that I can get from this? Just know that the work that you're doing is so important. Your present is important. Your story is important. What you learn from your experiences is important. Just, you know what you know, that you're worth investing in. And I just saw 1313. It's a sign of good luck. Things can change for the better. You just have to be willing to make the choices that it takes to make that happen. There might be a fear here around hard work or challenges. I'm thinking, 1 second. If that sound in the background bothers you, ain't nothing I can do about it. So, if anyone is bothered at this point, then this might not be a reading, but yeah. I totally forgot what I was talking about because I got so distracted. The ADHD is real. But maybe you struggle with ADHD. Really, I'm encouraging you to look for the answers within, because I can't tell you them. I can't tell you all of them, but I can definitely guide you to the best of my ability. And I saw 432, just the last message there, to trust and really connect with the idea that everything happens for a reason. We can learn, we can understand. It's just a matter if we're willing to put in the work, the time, the effort. there's a deep answer here about, or a deep decision here about commitment, and I saw 4, 5, 6. So again, trust that everything happens for a reason. But that will be the end of your reading. I really hope that it was helpful or relevant in some way. If you liked it, hit the like button to show me that. That is the best way to support me. And if you'd like to offer even more support, you can do so by donating through the thanks button directly below the video. Absolutely not obligated, but always very much appreciated. Feel free to leave a comment down below if you have any. I'd really love to connect with you more. And thank you so much to those of you who have shown your support thus far. It really means a lot to me and always makes a difference one way or another. And the last thing that I want to say is thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you around.